Howdy, howdy, howdy. Let me go over here and turn my camera on. Turn my camera on and my microphone so everybody can hear me. There we go. Yeah. Well, let's see who we got over here. Tim Wyman said he had to take his oldest boy to quick care. His foot was hurt. I guess Tim stepped on him again. Hey, Ron, how you doing down under? Michael, what you doing in here so early? Hey, Lloyd, Dan. Hope y'all doing good. Anybody want to be on the panel, just go over to YouTube and click on the link and they'll bring you right on in. Alrighty, well, end of the month, last show for this month of August. Then we go to September. Let me see what we got for September. I forgot. I know Bill's got a few shows. Alrighty. September the 2nd, we got Who's Big Bill talking to? He'll be talking with Jimmy Simmons. He's the one that's reopening Monster Mall Works. Saturday, September the 5th, be the last installment for Railroad Empires, how we build them. And then on September the 9th, Big Bill's got a show, but he's going to have the Railroad Empire guys on and talk with them about this series and what they got in the future. And of course, we'll have the Thursday show on September the 10th. So don't forget, all shows are at 9 o'clock Eastern time, so be sure and adjust your time clocks. But hey, Lord, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Barely can hear you.
You can't hear me?
Nope.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. No, I decided to join in because you're all by yourself.
Thank you.
So keep you company.
Oh, Ralph's here too now.
Yep. See, we have pity.
Yeah, you lost your mic again. You need to put it around your neck. Well, if he's talking, we lost him altogether.
Yep. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's pretty low though.
Put your headphones on, there won't be any problem.
Never had a problem before.
Well, it's always been low when you don't have the headphones on.
Is this better?
Yep.
Much.
I've had to boost Ralph up too.
How's that?
Yeah, that's better. Hey, Mr. Gino, he just popped in. Robert.
Who's going to come into the chat with us?
No, different Robert. Cecere.
I know.
Oh, he's over in the nightly chat.
So what you been up to, John?
No, a whole lot, just taking care of family business.
Right on.
We got painters starting next week, painting the house inside and out.
Gonna go up for sale?
Yeah. Well, I got other work too. I got a guy coming in. He's gonna have to refinish all the hardwood floors.
Mm-hmm.
Put new flooring in downstairs too. We'll take out all the carpet and just put vinyl down. Possum by ye. Howdy, howdy. Ari just got in. Then after that, I just got a few odds and ends I have to do.
Right.
I've already been working with a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
She seems to think that won't take too long to sell.
Did he have any recommendations on what to do?
Become a father. No.
Who are you talking to, Tim?
Hey guys. Oh, my kid. I didn't realize it was loading into the room just quite yet.
Yeah. What was that, Ralph?
Oh, now I forget what I said.
Yeah, Michael, that's one of the roofs of my brewery. I think I've got about, I can't remember if it's 8 or 10 roofs, but that's one of them.
Yeah, Ron said he went to buy the boards for the top of the layout yesterday to find out they won't have any in stock for at least a month.
Wonderful.
Now the center section's on hold again. I saw a thing the other day where reason why we're having such a backup and wood's cost us so much because of the disease in the wood up there in Canada.
Yeah. Well, it's not just in Canada. It's all over. There's a beetle that's affecting the hardwood.
Yeah, because here we have problems with pine beetles. They get in killing the pine trees.
I know I went to our Home Depot, and you walk in there and there's barely any wood.
Yeah.
So I was gonna fix my my deck outside. Forget it. There's no wood.
I don't know if y'all have it up there, but that plastic type wood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's expensive though.
Yeah.
Very
Don't even mess with it. I put some of that on the deck over at Dad's house, and yeah, it's all rotted out. We're replacing it all with wood.
It's rotted out.
Yeah.
It's plastic.
Now the plastic rotted. You got foam inside it.
Okay, it's not the one that's fully plastic.
Yeah. But the plastic dry rotted. And the foam, you just touch it and it just crumbles.
Here for the next several months, it's probably going to be kind of hard to find any kind of plywood or OSB.
Why?
For the hurricanes. All that stuff's going to be going down there to rebuild or to, it's already gone, board stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron Boyd said that all their cypher trees were wiped out last year from the same bug. So how bad was it for you, Possum? Or are you that close to the coast? Yeah, I kind of think tonight's going to be a little light anyway, isn't the Republican convention going on tonight?
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't affect model railroaders, does it?
Yeah, it does affect some of them. Anyway, we'll be starting up our 2020 season here pretty soon. Bill's got him a pretty good lineup. And he'll be coming back with his show.
Yep.
Don't forget Empires will be back in, November, December?
Yeah, somewhere's
After our
around
last
there.
episode.
Somewhere's around there. Ralph Michael wants to know, what are you working on?
My next diorama project. It's a bar find, or a barn find. I'll show you some photographs. And it's going to have the, well, first let me show you these. Come on.
No, Gino, there's no train shows coming up right now.
Who wants train shows anyway?
Yeah, just MRX.
That's right.
That's all we need.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. There's some of the parts that go with it, this diorama that I'm working on. If it'll come up. Come on.
Yeah, it's working on it.
Okay. Why did it go back there? So these are resin, you have to put them together. This was scratch built. This is in 1/24 scale. So this was scratch built and weathered. And then there's the old 1940 style Westinghouse Coca-Cola cooler. So in amongst all of this stuff in the barn will be underneath the tarpaulin, so only the one corner of it will be lifted to expose a DeLorean, the Back to the Future DeLorean. So
And
that's
where's
what
the train?
There's no train. He asked what I was working on. I'm telling him what I was working on. It had nothing to do with train.
I know.
You still gonna build a whole car, or you just gonna build just that one section that's being exposed?
Got to build the whole car because the tarpaulin has to take the shape of the car.
What'd you say, Ari?
Not too much. How about yourselves?
Not bad.
So I've got the car painted, I just have to put it together and put it underneath the tarpaulin.
You gotta do the toilet
I was
paper
just
trick
driving
for the
home.
tarp.
Talking over each other. What was going on? Who
You
was
gotta
talking?
use the toilet paper for the tarpaulin.
I'm going to use paper towel.
Okay.
Not the one with the designs on it.
It
Just a
doesn't
plain-
matter whether it's got designs on it because it's going to get painted. You mean the embossed designs?
Yeah.
As soon as you wet them, they disappear.
So, Ari, what are you holding? Oh,
Oh, pieces, a bunch of pieces right now. So I've been slowly building this completely scratch built car repair facility. And it's getting close. I need to buy the blue paint for the steel siding, which I hope to be doing soon. So that's kind of where I got it right now. I got the front end all cut out. I got the internal center beams done. And then the back is pretty much the mirror image of the front.
And this is all in N scale.
It's all in N scale. So this is a 15-inch building. And it's got the embedded rail splats already in there. So I can just lay the rail in and plan it. I'm still looking for a good roof material. I did like the, I think the Pike, is it Rick's stuff or Pike stuff? I can't remember the dude's name. The Rick's products. So he builds so his roofing sections have pretty decent, the steel roof, the centerpieces of steel are a pretty decent spacing, but the stuff that Evergreen makes, I didn't like that much, but it might be what I get just because it's what I can get my hands on. But the traditional roofing section, which I have right here, you can see the detail on that.
No, not quite.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll focus, but it has like a better detail to it.
So like that's 200 feet long, that building.
Yeah. It can hold 4 89-foot passenger cars or the auto racks. Because that's what my yard that I have. That's high cubes and auto racks is what they repair there.
That's big.
Dustin's in Scale Railroad. He just jumped in. So did John. How y'all doing tonight? Oh, Ralph, Gino said very nice work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Michael Connolly, a shark nose under a tarp behind the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but which road name?
Yeah, but it would have to be Hudson, wouldn't it?
What's that?
There's one called I can't remember the something in Hudson. We have a shark nose hidden here in Michigan, up in a small little repair facility in the middle of nowhere. It's been sitting there for like 30 years.
Really?
Yep, an old Baldwin shark. Delaware and Hudson, I think. D&H.
Yeah.
Does that sound
D&H.
right?
D&H should be good.
Yeah.
I like the color scheme on D&H.
Mm-hmm.
The gray and the blue.
Yeah, I guess John had to throw his back out so he could figure out part of one of his problems.
Your picture's frozen, John.
Huh? No, I'm moving. I
Your
think.
picture's frozen. At least it is for me.
Am I froze
Yeah, it's
up there,
frozen me
Art?
too.
Now you're wiggling and jiggling here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 'cause I always thought I was like a weeble. I wobble, but I
We
won't
can
fall
still hear
down.
you though.
Do what, Ralph?
He's not frozen.
Well, if you stay like that, you'll stay steady, so it's okay.
He's not frozen on YouTube though.
Okay.
Michael Colley said, yeah, sorry. Aren't those the only one or two left? Been hidden since the 80s. I'm a New York City Lightning fan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're mostly Red Wings fans here, but we do root for a lot of Canadian teams too.
Yeah. Hey, William A. He just popped in a little bit ago.
Our seasons are a lot shorter than they used to be.
And getting shorter.
And getting shorter.
I usually go out on the front porch after dinner, and by the time, and I only stay out there for about an hour. It's getting darker.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fading fast.
We get dark here about 8:20 now.
So did anybody watch the NMRA roundtable with the executive?
No.
Made me want to burn my membership.
Ugh.
I did.
I just renewed just when we started doing the NMRAX stuff. And after seeing that, they have no use for anybody below 50 years old.
Hey, you need to move your microphone
Lloyd,
a little
put your
bit,
mic
Ralph.
away from your nose.
Oh, is that Lord that's
Yeah.
got the wind tone going?
Yep.
Okay, so now my mic is strong.
Yeah, just don't move it so far. Just move it a little bit. It don't take much.
Just get it away from the airstream of your nose, that's all.
Oh, I'm having to bite my tongue. Oh, Marty Train Shed. Good day. Hey, Adrian, how you doing?
Yeah. Dustin Zenscale Railroad. Shorter days outside mean longer days on the layout.
Mm-hmm.
If my wife lets me.
Yeah.
There's definitely a Steven.
That's actually true, you know? It's like I wear the pants around the house when she's not home.
Yeah. he
William A
said.
says, I'm lucky my wife encourages me to head to the garage.
Yeah.
Look at that, Ari's running trains. How many cars you got on that, buddy? Looks like about 15, 20.
12 to 13, not including the engines and the caboose.
Cool. And do you have any grades on your layout that are
Oh yes.
worth mentioning?
My tunnel is right at 3%.
Wow.
And if you don't have the right power on it, we'll stall out in there.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I do run it where if it stalls, I get helper power. Either the head end or on the tail end.
Dust
Well,
is in skill.
mine,
Whatever I
is
say goes.
half of the layout
Right,
is 2.5%.
right out the window.
Yep.
Crazy Joe, how you doing? Hey Adrian, have you seen anything about where and when Trainmaster is going to reopen? I think the last email I got said it'd be sometime
The hobby
around
store you're talking
September.
about.
Is that double mainline or is that just double right there for you? Huh?
It's a long passing siding.
Oh, okay. I was watching Ari's train go by, and he said he only had about 15 cars. All these guys talking about you gotta have 25, 30, 40 cars. That Ari's got look pretty long, and that's even in N scale.
Yeah. And I do subscribe to what Andy says about trying to keep the train in one scene and not in two. And most of my scenes are about 4 to 6 feet with 4 to 6 feet separating them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Brian W. just popped in.
Brian W.
Yeah.
That's
All right,
New Jersey. N scale, Brian.
yeah. All right, Dustin, have a good one. He said he's been working some long days, and the kids start to school tomorrow.
Ooh. My wife and I were just talking about that. They're going to be starting here soon too, and I talked to both my sons and said, we've Christmas.
You just went R2D2 when you was talking.
Yeah, my internet's going crazy tonight, like last night. I was telling both my sons that when the kids go back to school, we'll see the kids the day before they go back, and after that we won't see them again until after Thanksgiving probably. Our Thanksgiving is in October.
Huh.
Usually when the kids go back to school is when they bring all the germs home and everybody gets a cold.
Yep.
Don't need that.
Nope.
Don't need that. So.
Let's see. Dwight's asking about Dalton, Georgia, how far because he's watching scale trains on YouTube. Dalton is probably just over an hour. It's up there near the. It's on the way up to Chattanooga. I'm about 2 hours out from Chattanooga.
Okay, Dwight, you're watching their presentation on YouTube. What did they announce? What locomotive are they bringing out next? Come on, buddy, you should know this stuff.
I know.
We were talking about this last night. Who said I know?
Me.
Lloyd? Okay,
Tim.
what? Oh, Tim, you're out in the corner there.
ES 4400.
ES 44? Interesting.
Yep.
It falls into what they've already done, so. Dwight should have come back with that, just like that, because he's watching the presentation.
Yeah, Andy just got in. Say he likes the looks of him. It doesn't do him any good though. Doesn't fit his era or whatever time period.
No, we were actually talking about that last night. Although he could fit an ES44 into his new layout, but under a different road name. We were talking about doing it under my fantasy road, Calgary Southern.
Well, they're doing the CSX tribute locomotive in this run, and I think a couple of the NS locomotives. And then they're going to do next run. They're doing some Canadian locomotives. Apparently, the second one here next year. And they are going to be doing in scale. Also in the ES 4400, apparently.
Why not? Doesn't take much to scale it down, especially when you got the software to do it.
Andy and Dan were kind of hoping they're going to do the that CS whatever it was last night.
Yeah, it's a good looking house there, Rory.
Yeah, it's that Walther's American Bungalow kit. It turned out pretty darn good.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's a fun little kit.
So now, is that going to be a foreground or background building?
It's gonna be background.
Okay, so here's the thing you might consider. How many of those have you got?
I'm probably gonna, this is my first one, but I'm probably gonna get like 3 or 4 more.
Okay, so what you can do is cut them in half and turn the back end beside the front end and make them background buildings, and you get 2 buildings out of 1.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Absolutely.
Sorry for blowing my nose over there, Ralph. I didn't mean to.
It's okay. I couldn't figure out what was going on. How do they say it? Just don't let it happen again.
I'd take a kid to the quick care. He hurt his leg or hurt his foot yesterday at school. So
Oh yeah? That's not fun.
no. Thankfully, I think he just like sprained something or strained something. Didn't have anything show up on X-ray. So
They say sometimes the bruising hurts worse than the break.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. In most cases, actually, a fracture hurts more than a break does. And I can tell you that through experience.
I can too. I've had I don't know how many stress fractures in my feet.
At least an out and out break, it's yeah, it's a little bit painful, but it's not the same as a fracture.
I don't know about that. I dropped a 350-pound steel plate on my right foot and broke it. That sucker hurt for quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And just imagine if it was fractured, because it takes longer for a fracture to heal than it does a clean break.
Yeah. Well, you have a steel plate
'Cause
drive,
you can't reset a fracture. All you can do is hope that it.
heals back right.
Yeah, well, that works.
Yeah.
Well, a 300-pound steel plate. I'm sure you probably had a bunch of fractures along with the break.
No,
Yeah.
no, it was clean.
Oh, really?
Yeah, drove my foot through a pallet, wood pallet.
Ooh.
Oh.
Steel toe boots with a metal torso plate over the shoelaces and still broke it.
Mmm.
Did it collapse the steel toes onto your foot?
No. Now you hit behind them.
Yep.
And-
You're just at the very edge of it.
So it hit between the torso plate and the steel toe.
Oh. Eric, those are Lloyd's air conditioners up on the roof on this brewery. Those are not 3D, are they, Lloyd?
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Your
Your air
bill,
conditioners.
air
Are they
conditioners.
3D?
Oh, yeah.
Are they 3D printed?
No, they're not 3D printed. Those are Walters, what do you call it? AVAC? HVAC?
Like a rough decal kit.
Heating,
Yeah.
ventilation, and air conditioning. HVAC.
Right.
Yeah.
So in that case, I noticed you had ductwork going to it. Do you have gas piping going to it?
Almost.
Almost. So you do plan on doing it?
Yep.
Okay. And of course, up here in Canada, we have the standards that they tell you your exposed piping has to be yellow. And that goes all the way back to the 50s.
Except that after 20 years, that yellow is no longer yellow.
Actually, it is. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's like the next thing, and like is having the pipes that have the tracing, the arrows on it for like the flow directions.
Mm-hmm.
I stole this camera from my wife.
Is that caboose supposed to be wiggling like
So
that,
what are you
Art?
doing here? You rail fanning tonight?
Pretty much. I got to run the trains to keep the tracks clean, and I haven't been down here in 2 weeks, so.
All right, okay. I watched a video by Joe Fugate. It popped up in my video stream today about the magic tracks on how to make them. The black that you get off the tracks is caused by arcing of the electronics on oxidized the oxidization that's on the tracks, and it leaves the black residue. According to him, they had it chemically tested, and that's how they found out what it was. His magic fix is a 4B graphite stick, not just laid on the track and rubbed like that. You do it on an angle so that you only get the inside corner of the track, because the wheels are tapered so that they don't sit flat on the rail. They sit like this, and when they go around a corner, they're constantly doing this on the rails, and that's how they stay centered. But they make more contact on the inside corner of the track than they do the top of the track. And by doing just a light pass of graphite is enough to stop the arcing, because the graphite apparently is
conductive.
what do they call it? It enhances electrical flow.
Well, they got contact improver spray too that a lot of people have been saying they've been using.
Yeah, but the contact spray, all it does is clean the track.
No, there is a spray for contacts actually that includes a electrolytic grease, not a dielectric grease, but an electrolytic grease that improves the electrical continuity and conductivity. Because dielectric grease actually blocks electrical continuity.
Scott Thornton said that that's what he used on his track, and it works great, the graphite. Andy second the motion.
So gosh.
So what's Andy doing out in the chat? Why isn't he in here?
Yeah, you know
Get
why.
your butt in here, buddy.
You know why he's not in here. He's glued to that TV tonight.
Andy, you'd kill him if he came in here tonight.
Are you on the outs with him or what? Do you have an argument?
What?
No, Angie'd probably kill him if he came in here tonight.
Why? That's
Right,
usually Friday night.
You realize how many nights in a row we've been in here? My wife heard me chatting when I walked in the door, and she was about ready to go off. I'm like, hey, I got to eat and everything yet, so give me a break. I'll be back down after I'm done eating and the show's over.
Here, Rob.
How long you been married, Tim?
14 years.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
Here, Ralph. This is
Yo.
the picture I'm going by.
I can't see it very well. Can you blow it up?
No, it's a Google Earth picture.
You should be able to zoom in.
Hit control and then your scroll wheel.
If it's Google Earth and you're doing 1950s, then the roofing is not 1950s roofing. It's current roofing.
I didn't say it was it was done in 1950, but we're looking at 1970.
Google Earth doesn't go back to 1970.
I know. But to give me an idea, that's what I was looking at.
Okay.
I'm not doing prototypical. You guys should know that. But close.
All right, Michael Connolly wanted to know if Joe's train room's coming back. Yes, it is, but he's still on dad duty right now. It'll probably be a little later on, maybe sometime around the first of the year or so.
So this is what gave me the idea. You ever seen that module?
No,
Yeah, that's,
don't leave it there. I want to blow it up.
oh, no. I thought that was, what's his name from Fast Tracks? His
Go
roundhouse.
back to the other
person.
picture.
Yeah, it looks like the Millennium Falcon with a train going around it.
Yeah.
That's what it is, a loop of track for a train to show off the diorama of the building.
Yeah.
I should find you the picture of the company that's here in Scarborough that makes car wax and floor wax, all kinds of waxes. And I've never seen, as you drive by, I've never seen a place that has so much piping going all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it.
There's so many different well, depending on the wax, there's so many different other chemicals that go into that wax.
Yeah, but it's not. It's the wax doesn't. Wax has nothing to do with it for me. It's just the physical properties of the building.
Y'all talking about rules. Joe put a comment up. This is why I custom build my layout. I don't follow rules. I don't break them either, but I do bend them. Oh, did I interrupt you, Ralph? Sorry.
No.
It depends how much bending you do. You could do a 45-degree bend or a 90-degree bend.
Well, heck, and for that matter, you can do 180 degree bend and go completely back the other direction. Just so long as it still bends and doesn't break.
Well, we've got glue, so it's okay.
Yeah, Andy's brought Mark Twain in. He said, says something like, first get your facts right, then manipulate them at your pleasure.
Anyway,
So I don't know if you guys remember, like back in like 2004, 2005-ish, everyone was talking about polishing your tracks to improve the conductivity and reduce the amount of cleaning. And they sold this product called Fitz, which I just found a jar of. It was still in one of my old railroad boxes. And it's a metal polish, and you rub it on your rail, and then you put like 1,000 grit sandpaper and just lightly take the tops off. And supposedly you're gonna have to clean your rail for like a year.
Well, it's a myth.
Yeah. I have only done it to one layout.
Eric said, or
I
just
haven't cleaned
do
these rails in 3 years. I just run trains. Every now and again, I get a little section that gets a little sticky, but not a good all the way around. I do clean it after I ballast though. To get all the glue and stuff off and pick all the racks out of the webbing.
Here you go, Lloyd. Check this out. This is crazy as far as I'm concerned. So this is only part of it. It goes all the way down to here. It goes across the road into all these tanks. But all of this area
That's
is
on
all
the
these.
roof.
This is little buildings, and this is the roadway going into it, and you got all this piping that goes all over the place.
Is that a refinery or what?
This is where they make car wax and stuff, and different types of wax.
So it is a form of distillery, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's a form of refinery because I mean paraffin comes from
Yeah.
oil.
And then, of course, there's the rail, the cars that come in with extra tracks.
So you probably have some oil cars there and some paraffin cars and some other chemicals. that they mix
All
in
of this piping, it's just amazing. I went there. I used to work around the corner from this place. And I went in there and I said to the guy, is there any way that I could just walk around and take pictures? And he said, no. He said, not unless somebody comes with you. We don't have anybody here to do that with right now. So I never got the opportunity. But I wanted to take a whole bunch of pictures because it would be a great thing to model.
Yeah. Hey, Lord, you
When
need
I was
to.
doing, when I was working for an engineering firm. What?
Go ahead.
You can't hear me?
Yeah,
No, we're
it's
getting
just
a lot
you're
of breathing.
breathing real heavy in the
Okay.
mic again.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to tell her to stop for a minute. No. When I was working for an engineering firm, we had a job to do at one of the refineries, and that's exactly how it looked. There's so many pipings all over the place. And it stinks.
Of course, always does.
Wrong room, Andy. There he goes.
No way. He actually did join in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta be
with-
quiet. It's okay.
7 minutes.
Just gotta be
I know.
quiet.
I can't hang around long, but I figured.
So did you hear the engine that the loco that Scale Trains is putting out?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I had to watch it after they done that little teaser thing. Oh, look under the box. Then they moved the box, and then they cut it yesterday. So I was going to watch it anyway. But it's beautiful. Even if I can't use it, I can still watch and get excited about it. I don't think the 44s were out by the time I modeled it. I haven't looked, but I'm pretty sure the 44s weren't out in '87. But it is a really nice one.
But you could put one on your layout with Calgary Southern on there.
Oh yeah, but I don't think GE had made the locomotive yet by then. But I mean, like I said, Mark Twain says, get your facts right and beat them at your pleasure. So maybe I can beat them just about.
Obviously, you're not that prototypical of a modeler that you got to have everything right the way it is. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking me to do a Calgary Southern for you.
I mean, like I said, it doesn't. I'm willing to be in things, some. I'm not absolutely perfect. I lean toward the prototype, but you can't be perfect. You have to make some compromises. And, who's to say that there couldn't have been that railroad in Canada? So, and I would rather make the minor prototype accurate. I would rather modify that a little bit. In prototype fidelity, and still be able to have, still be able to have that reference from you or about your layout,
You're allowed to have fun with your railroad. It's your railroad.
That's
Do
right.
whatever you want.
Yep. bend it at your pleasure. You know, I get it really close to right. I know what the facts are. I don't guess at anything. I know what they are, and I make subconscious compromises.
You can still go for your Proto 87 stuff. Just do Fantasy Railroad.
Boy, I wish I could do the 87, but I'm doing city scale. Like Code 88. I mean, I am using surgeon couplers and doing all the right things, but I'm using Code 88 and wheel sets and stuff instead of the true P87. I would love to, but man, there's a lot of it's really challenging. The Code 88's not that challenging, and it's close, so it's a compromise. And who's to say in 5 or 10 years when the railroad's running and I do more experimenting, maybe I will go back and replace the frogs. That's the only thing I have to do is replace the frogs and drop true scale wheel sets in. I could do that later. Not a big deal. But I'm not worried about it now. Right now, I want to get the thing running, so I'll worry about,
I had to go ahead and order this one.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I figured you would. It's a beautiful locomotive, but what does it say in the prototype details? What year did the ES-44 come out?
Let's see here.
They're like 2003 or something, right? They're like early 2000s, I think.
I think it's earlier.
2019 to present on that one.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, but largely with that paint scheme, I suppose.
Yeah.
But boy, they did the beautiful ones, man. I mean, all those CSX paint schemes that they've done, I mean, you know, it's amazing that scale trains come out with that rivet counter and museum quality turbine, UP turbine. One of the most spectacular done models ever in our hobby, ever. And that was their first. And that they still continue to impress a few years later with the models that they do that come out of rivet counter that are ever improved.
The CN Canadian National was 2012 era.
And the prototype was built in November 2002.
I thought it was something like 2003 is what I thought, but 2002,
Well,
2003. Okay.
Full production was 2005.
Yeah.
2000. Yeah, 2002 is the prototype when it first came out.
See, I'm willing to flex a touch. I don't want to flex years very much, but
It was
that was
direct-
what I'm not flexing.
Direct successor from the AC 4400 CW.
Yeah, and see,
Um,
the 4400s are not out in 87. The even the Dash 8s, the Dash 9s aren't even out. Just they didn't come out until 91 or 2. So in the era of modeling, the Dash 8s the Dash 7s or Dash 8s are brand new. Dash 7s, whatever, brand new Dash 7s.
Well, I'm trying to get them to do a Dash 8 but in CSX, but they won't, or Dash 9 in CSX. But
All right, we done hit the 1 hour
Well,
mark.
how far forward are you coming? Andy, how far forward are you coming? What year?
Well, I'm still refining the exact year. My instinct is, and I've been trying to keep in my mind, 87 is likely the year. It's possible that I would come back
Okay.
when I do 85. 87 gives me all the various colors of the Southern and Norfolk Southern Railroads and then the CSX. All of their fallen flags that they merge together, they still have all those various colors in their local consists, and there's fresh paint of CSX Stealth and
Okay.
and Norfolk Southern livery. So
So
it's a
the
good compromise.
AC 4400s were 2004, but prior to that was the Dash units, Dash 8s, Dash 9s.
Yeah, Dash 8s. I think Dash 8s might be within about a year. Dash 7s are for sure. I've already got a Dash 7. I really love the Dash 7. I mean, especially Norfolk Southern who run a long nose. They look really mean in a long nose. But things change with the Dash 8s. When the Dash 8s come out, Norfolk Southern and other companies kind of stopped that long nose practice. It started running them more traditionally, the way we see them today with the short nose forward. And I like that era before. And with 87, I could still run a lot of caboose, some cabooses, and have some intertrain devices or threads. So it's a good compromise. I can run some caboose. I can run some with intertrain devices. I can run a lot of long nose forward and a whole, you could have a train with 5 locomotives in it and they'd be 5 different roads, CSX and Vito and Cino and Clinchfield and L&N and Family Lines and Seaboard, and I mean it's amazing what you see. Yeah, sorry Johnny, I know we ran you over a minute or two, so it's been a good show and it's my fault that I'm running it late. So
You got wide shoulders. You can take it.
I gotta go help the wife myself.
Alrighty.
iPad and everything.
Well, I tell you what, we done hit the 1 hour mark. I got a question here from Troy. He wants to know of a auto reverser that will work on both DC and DCC.
The MRC one does, doesn't it?
no, DC,
Let him finish the question.
That was it.
That was
okay,
it.
DC's difficult. With DC, you actually have to. You can't just do the auto reversing.
No.
In DC, with DC, you have to flip the main line. We used to do that with a double throw turnout wired the way you would a tortoise control. And what you're doing though is flipping the main line power and the reversing section power throttle direction at the same time. You can easily do DC auto reversing with occupancy detection or infrared or optical sensors and an Arduino or maybe one of those Wabbits from, where'd those come from, Johnny?
The Wabbit? That's Circuitron.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I think it's somebody else.
Isn't the AR1 the same? What he's asking for?
Can't use that on DC. Can't use
Oh,
that
not on DC. No, okay.
No. So on DCC, and I like the Tan Valley auto reversers real well for DCC, but for DC, it's a very different operation that has to take place.
Yep.
Electric.
It's a series of switches.
Yes. And you're reversing the main line, whereas with an auto reverser, you're flipping the track you're on as part of the process. So that's not possible. So there's no single device that would deal with auto reversing DC and DCC. Those are two different devices that you would have to use interchangeably.
Alrighty. Hope that answered the question,
Right.
Troy.
Anyway, I have to go, gents.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep.
So we're gonna wrap this one up. Don't forget. Let's see. Next week we've got Who's Big Bill talking to on the 2nd, and Saturday will be the last Railroad Empires series.
Oh.
So don't forget to tune in for that. And we shall catch y'all a little later on. So everybody have a good weekend. Be safe, be dry if you're down around the coast. Let's see, Troy Simpson went okay. I saw the DC Arduino one. Thanks for the answers, guys. Appreciate them.
Yep.
All right, so we'll catch y'all later. Have a good one.